Hello everyone, to a new podcast with a new guest. B, what's up?
Hey,
Hey,
hello everyone.
سلمك صح فطورك بي.
الله يسلمك يسلمك.
B is a friend, we studied together. His name is Ibrahim, by the way, but we call him B because he's cool. I'll give you the word.
Not that cool though. But
Thank you. So B, you give us a small introduction about yourself.
I believe I'm not an interesting person to be introduced this way, but anyway, I'm Ibrahim, as she said. You can call me B. Don't worry about it. I'm old enough to be here because I've heard in the last episode that the guest was hesitated to reveal her age. I decided to be hesitant.
Are free to reveal your age. Come on.
Yeah, I guess I'm almost 26, so I guess I'm old enough to be here.
Yes, you're old enough to be on my podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, as she said, we studied together. I dropped school. She continued, but I dropped school for some certain
You
reason.
technically dropped school. You
Yeah,
continue without
certain.
a few problems. We do not count that.
Yeah, but
So
that
B is
doesn't
the
count
translator.
because in the end, I couldn't achieve like the degree, the final degree.
Yeah, but it's not very
Um,
important.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because
Yes.
I know that I'm better than some people who got the degree.
Exactly. Yes. This is a fact. B is a good translator and a good friend. He helped us a lot. You're a informatic nerd, right?
Yeah, engineering nerd. I'm into technology and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the kind of people that I wrote that in my bio on Instagram. I'm the kind of people that can do a little bit of everything.
Yes, and you also wrote in your Facebook bio بداخلي شخص ذكي بس مش نفحت له بقى.
بص مش نفحت عمرك.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, because
The contradiction in here.
it's like, because I've mentioned this before, I work with pleasure. That's one of like let's say advantages and weaknesses at the same time, because sometimes you're just obliged to work or to do something. However, I don't feel like doing that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I do it, I wouldn't do it perfectly the same way if I do it because I want to do it.
Yes, you put yourself into it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it happens.
So B, let me start with the first interrogatoire. Do you consider yourself?
Actually introduce the topic first.
No. Let's just نصدموا فيها.
Okay.
Let's take it gradually. Actually, I don't want to reveal the topic.
Sure.
So, B, do you consider a extrovert or an introvert?
I don't know actually, because like it depends. It depends on you know, the person I'm interacting with, because some people are just that friendly and you find yourself getting along with them easily, with, you know, no problem at all. And you see yourself as an extrovert because like you got along with people easily and in a quick way.
Yeah.
However, sometimes when people are, let's say, probably introverts themselves, or like mean, or with you know, bad behavior,
Negative.
or a bad character, you find yourself, you know, obliged
Distance.
to stay away, to step back, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't really consider myself neither, because I change according to the people I'm interacting with.
Yeah, I understand that. So you're an ambivert. أدي يجي في النص بين الextrovert والintrovert.
Okay, that's a new info.
Yeah. Normally there is a studies that show there are tests that you can do to see if you are an introvert or an extrovert. And the study, I mean, scientifically talking, it is according to chemicals that decides on what way you recharge. Like the common fact that introverts are socially, they recharge when they are social, and extroverts recharge when they are distant and alone. That's all. But well, it depends. You cannot be fully introvert 100%, and you cannot be fully extrovert 100%. We go
Being
through.
in the middle is good.
Yeah, personally, I go through phases. Sometimes I talk nonstop, and sometimes I'm just leave me alone. I will kill myself. So
Exactly.
people are scary.
It happens that you just have, the suicidal mood, the stay away from me mood.
Yes, yeah, it happens a lot actually. surtout مع الconfinement, مع COVID.
Exactly.
We all want to say like, leave me with my head. I'm full of darkness.
Yeah, and I want to kill myself so bad.
We are being so negative on this podcast. Let's keep.
No, I'm not.
Bad vibes.
I'm just saying.
Kids are watching us. I mean, listening.
Kids, don't do this. We're just playing around, okay? We're messing around.
So,
and nobody's going to kill themselves.
Yeah.
I had this thought since I was 17, but I didn't do it. So you don't do it too, okay?
You were one of those teens that were black and listen to me. They are dark and
yes.
Emo. I knew it.
Yeah. So, I mean, who didn't?
But it was like just an attitude, not really. I was pretending to be this way, but in my mind I wasn't really suicidal. Just la mode back.
90% pretending. Exactly, 90% of pretending. It is just because it was the cool thing back then.
Exactly, yeah.
Too old for this.
What?
We got too old for this.
Yes, yeah. I remember we were so simple. Like there are no responsibilities, nothing to worry about. Old good days.
Yeah.
So tell me, you have a lot of friends, right? You're a friendly person. That's I'm sure about.
I wouldn't say friends. I'd say people I know. I know a lot of people. I have a few friends.
Mm-hmm. So, you absolutely knew some toxic ones.
Definitely. And I kicked about 85% of them out of my life.
Yes. Unfortunately, this is the common case. The majority of people that we have known are toxic. Maybe including us.
Probably. I mean,
we are probably toxic in someone's story.
Exactly. That's why I wouldn't judge anyone if they drop me out of their lives.
Exactly. Yeah. But well, there is one stable or like one definition for a toxic
one
person.
Common thing for everything.
Yes, a toxic person is a toxic person.
Exactly, and everybody agrees on that because according to my perspective, like what I see in a toxic person, imagine that the two of you are in the middle of the ocean out of nowhere, and somebody actually panics, and then he drags the second person with him to drown. That's a toxic person.
Yes.
Exactly.
I mean, I would help you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would help you, but don't drown me up with you.
No, of course not. But like, so well, I don't know. Some people are just toxic. I couldn't find any other way to explain it, because sometimes it's just the way they are. They're full of negativity, and this negativity sometimes can be positive for other people, because there are other people who consume negativity in order to produce their positivity. Because some people live on negative comments. Each and every time you tell them a negative comment, they're gonna make it as a motivation, use it as as a push-up for them, and then they move forward and become better than they were before. That's why we need toxic people sometimes in our lives. Just stick with people who consume negativity to produce positivity. Do not jump to others, okay?
Yes. Just walk away.
Yeah, exactly.
Live your life. So what is your definition of a toxic person? كيف تشوف عبد كيف هتعرفوا بلي this person is toxic?
Look, if generally, and I'm not saying, but generally, if someone is toxic, he's going to be dramatic.
Yes, drama queen.
Exactly, he's going to be dramatic and over dramatic, for fact, because sometimes being dramatic is, the truth, but being over dramatic is something very exaggerated. So if someone is being over dramatic over something, they might be toxic of the percentage of 95%.
Yes, he is toxic. He or she is toxic.
Exactly, but we're talking both genders. I'm not sexist, okay? If I say it, it's going to be another problem. So let's stick with something.
Yes, the
something
that are beinin.
That's a huge dilemma, but let's stick to toxic people. How am I going to describe this? Because I had a few people around me. I remember that I told one toxic friend, I have a dream. One day, how are you? You will lie to me and say, I'm fine, thank you. Once in your life, lie to me. Lie to me. It is good to lie from time to time, because I feel good and I want to talk. So please, maybe. No.
I'm not. Your connection is very bad.
Really?
Yes, but it's okay. It's okay. Keep talking. I'll do my best to catch up.
Probably. Maybe it's the phone. Can you hear me now? Basically, the kind of people that are generally toxic tend to be very over dramatic, because if you be dramatic about something, it might be cool, because some situations are really, really, really dramatic that people tend to be so, even if they are not. However, if you are being over something, for example, over dramatic, it means that person is going to be hell toxic. And you don't really want to be around that person for so long, because he will drown.
Yeah, he will drag you to his own hell, and each one is already living in his own hell. I mean, I understand the fact that nobody's perfect. We all have our flaws and stuff, but To be toxic is something that is very unhealthy.
Very. And it led people to suicide. One of my favorite artists actually committed suicide just because the people around were toxic and did not actually give help.
Yeah, it's an abuse. In fact, yes, this is a fact. If somebody is being abused for a long time, par exemple, une relation toxique, there is always the weak and the strong. And the strongest is always controlling the weak. And the weak, normally, he is not conscious that he is being abused. So he keep being abused years and years and years. And if he doesn't react, like mentally react, and just يفيق مع روحه باللي he is being abused, then his body will react for him. Like this is what happens to people who have panic attacks, anxiety attacks, depression. It's all body reactions to behaviors that are very abusive.
It's kind of like the body's defense system.
Yes. Yeah. And mostly they have like a therapist, a professional help. يفيقوا مع روحهم باللي they are developing some psychological problems. وكاين كيما قلتي they are led to suicide. The consequences of toxic environment, let's say, is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, extremely dangerous, in fact, because if being toxic actually leads someone to suicide, that's not something like we can be proud of. That's not something we can digest easily, especially since
exactly this question
being toxic is something that can be controlled. You just need
this is the question that I was going to ask. Is being toxic like a nature of a person or something that he develops throughout years? Is it nature or nurture?
It depends, because this might have like two factors. One, the internal factor, and basically, according to my experience and the cases that I have seen and read about in articles, it's the need for that person, like, to be always the victim, or to have sympathy, or to be felt sorry for. And I still remember that this one case that a woman in her 30s actually kept taking illness. She kept going to random hospitals just because, like, the hospitals showed, some care. They cared about her. They gave her medicines. They tried to comfort her, just to be there for her. And, like, at the end, it showed up that, like, that woman actually had, was mentally unstable, maybe, but that came from within her, just because, like, I don't know.
She seeks attention
probably
throughout
did not care.
pretending
People did not care about her
illness.
Nobody knows the reason behind it. Exactly. And why can I say that this came like within an internal reason? It's because, like, they asked her, like, was she abused by her parents, by anybody? They asked her about her whole life. And they are doctors. They're not like us. Like, it's true, they can mess up, they can make mistakes, but, like, the doctors actually followed her case. Is it possible that all the doctors like were mistaken by her case? It's true, like, she has been through, some rough times, and we all have
each one reacts on his same way. كما قلتي في الديبيو كاين اللي الابيوز make them better persons, and كاين الابيوز makes them like يكملوا في la même voie اللي مش اللي كانوا abused فيها.
true بس that
Yeah.
there's a difference in abuse. Okay, that's why I said like the doctor said it's within the average. I mean, we all have been yelled at some period of time, and let's not about it. Let's talk about the Westerns, because like they don't use violence. You know, they don't beat their kids the way we do here in Middle East and, you know, in North Africa, in the
Yes,
Arab
I
countries.
totally agree with
Is
you.
that right?
But you can't really judge one.
So they yell at them, probably. They yell at them, you know, how am I say this? They blame them for things. They talk a lot, but like nothing very physical or nothing very, how am I saying it? Like nothing that can leave such injury in her soul that would lead to this, like faking diseases just to get into hospital, just to get some care. However, in the second factor, which that's why I said there are two factors, the external factor actually comes from the environment, because like abuse sometimes, or the situation we see that might affect us in an indirect way.
Yes,
if the
very
situation
true.
did
Yeah.
not happen to us,
Like, for example, children who see their fathers beat their mothers.
Exactly. In you know, every kid's father is a role model to the kid.
Exactly.
We
will talk about this point more detail. Continue this point now. We will get to talk about the parental abuse.
The mindset between like the Western culture and the Arab culture differs when dealing with kids, because no matter how kids can be bad within the Western culture, they never beat them the same as Arabs do in the Middle East or in North Africa or in the peninsula in Asia. So the effect that parents can leave on kids actually differs. In Europe, or let's say in the United States, in America, in North or South America, they tend to talk a lot with kids, probably sometimes yell at them, but we all have been yelled at some certain like period of time, okay? But in this case, like the doctor said, like nothing that was done to that person, I mean to this girl in her 30s, that can leave such hole in her soul that she goes to the hospital just faking illness to get any care for. Okay?
There is no she has no argument.
Exactly. That's why I said it is within an internal reason. God knows what was the reason behind this, because
there is like I am no specialist, no therapist, I'm just talking according to some research, some reading, some personal point of view. It is known that there are two kinds of mental, let's say, disorders: psychopath and sociopath.
Sure.
Psychopaths are naturally, like, they are born like that. It's their nature. When you see psychopath, there is no single chance of change. He won't change. Maybe he will pretend to be perfect. He will pretend to be harmless, but deep down, he is not normal. But a sociopath, he acquired, let's say, his skills within society. So he is not born this way. This is the difference in psychopath. Yeah. So this girl, apparently she's a psychopath. It's her nature.
It can be like that. Well, I wouldn't say, well, probably doctors were too nice not to call her a psychopath, but like the doctor who discovered the case, like about the case and knew her true nature, because the other, like, they treated her case and then she was dismissed. they did not actually like go deep down on why is she doing this. They just cure what is wrong with her because she was taking medicines in order to get symptoms. And according to the symptoms,
Is
they
this
tried to
girl
treatment.
Algeria?
No,
Algerian?
no, she's not. It's
اوكي. كنت راح نبدأ نريح في الألجيريان therapist.
This actually happened in the United States, and it was like I think the third or the fourth doctor who figured this out, because like the symptoms in his case did not make any sense. And then he went from a medical point of view to a psychological point of view. What if this was psychological, and what if she was taking medicines to make these symptoms? And he took a shot in the dark, and he was right, actually. But in the end, the doctor said like he actually did not want to hurt her more than she was hurt already, and he did not actually ask her why.
Yes.
This thing left a huge question mark in the medical family and the therapist family, because they all wanted to know what was the problem. And everything now is hypothetical.
Yeah, there's no fact.
He refused to reveal her identity, and everything now is hypothetical. Nobody could come to a certain conclusion. This came, well, as you said, she probably can be a psychopath because this came within an internal factor because of her. However, the external factor,
her own demon.
Exactly. The external factor can be from everywhere. From family to neighbors to workplaces, schools, universities, anywhere.
It is also known that a sociopath can know that he is a sociopath. He cannot know. He thinks that he's normal.
Well, I don't think they don't know. They just don't admit.
Yeah, maybe, yes. Which as to there are toxic people that are doing it to be toxic. E.g., his goal in life is to put you down, to demean you, and other cases they are just unconscious. ما بالهمش بروحيهم باللي they are behaving like in a toxic way.
Sure.
So in this case, what should we do when we face a toxic people that he is unconscious? Parce que the conscious brain, we need to get rid of it. But the unconscious one, what should we do about him?
Okay, I understand. That's a very good question, in fact. If you remember at the beginning, I said that I got rid of 85% of toxic people out of my life. The 15%, actually, I'm trying to help the 15% because, I don't want to be unjust to anyone. Everybody deserves a chance. Probably they're unconscious, as you said. The one thing.
Well, it's not my case. I don't. I actually, I might seem mean, but I'm not intending to help anyone, whether the conscious, whether the unconscious, because I am just I have zero energy for toxic people. So you are a better person than me.
Well, you just did not see the results. Once you see the results you'll actually
I saw the results, but then
negative.
I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't have the intention to help anyone that is toxic. I don't think that I can handle more toxicity in my life.
What if you could pull them out of the ocean?
I'm afraid to drown. I'm not a good swimmer.
It's true. Giving help is not something. It's not an obligation. It's true.
Yeah.
It's not an obligation. You can help us.
Of course,
You don't. Yeah. I mean, it's something you don't have to do it. I mean,
Exactly.
if you do it. If you don't, then you
You
don't.
don't have to handle it, whether he is conscious or unconscious. But
True.
if you are a good person and عندك الانرجي, then why not?
Probably that was not the case for me. It's not I'm helping them because I'm a good person. It's because it happened to someone really close to me, and I couldn't like handle losing the person. So I gave
I
I
see.
gave it a shot. Yeah, I gave it a shot, and I tried to help. Got like wonderful results, and you know the person now is better than ever. I was happy with the results.
Yeah.
That's why I decided like to give the others another chance in order to get better, just like the first person. And if you don't,
Yeah, maybe I will change my
you know,
mind too if I find someone that I love enough to change, to like try to give him a shot.
because you don't have energy, try it in your free time, because this will kill you.
I think I'll have to recharge to do that.
Probably. But
So,
how like what to do with the unconscious? It doesn't matter if they're conscious or not. The one thing that you shouldn't do it, you should, and I emphasize, you should not do is to go directly to that person that he or she is toxic. Okay.
yeah, تروح له برجليك يعني.
This will make things worse. It is just going to make things worse. Try not to do it. As much as you can, leave it to chance until this comes into a spontaneous conversation and
Yeah.
explain to them that, yeah, it's not your fault, but you're toxic. You don't want to hurt their feelings. I mean, they're already toxic. God knows what they will become if you hurt them more than that. So
Yeah.
try to, focus, try to figure out what was the problem first. Try to figure out what was the problem first. As I said, maybe it's just their, defense system. You cannot blame them for developing a defense system because it's just a reaction to what happened before. Maybe.
Oh no, I would blame. You do not dare come and be toxic to me. I'm sorry. You go handle yourself away.
Handle it themselves, they wouldn't be this toxic.
But wait, I'm not talking about people that... No. I think you misunderstood me. I'm not talking about people that have psychological problems like الناس اللي عندهم depression, الناس اللي عندهم anxiety problems. They are welcome, bien sûr. I am ready to help. بس واحد يجي, his intention is to like make your life live in health. His intention is to judge you, to make you feel bad about yourself, to like underestimate your goals. These people are toxic and they are going to affect you in a way or another.
True. And they probably going to lead you to suicide.
Exactly. And I honestly, the ability to stand these behaviors, I can't just like, okay, you demean me, I know you are hurt. No, I am also hurt. As I said, everyone is living in his own hell, so why not try to grow up and face your own problems and like be a better person?
Why so pessimistic? I mean, in their own hell, like, I don't know, I feel like hell is a big word, don't you think?
Yeah, no, actually, we have demons in our minds, in our brain.
True.
Don't tell me that you don't have demons. We all have.
Oh, trust me, I got plenty.
Yeah, we're just controlling them. But once we are, I don't want to reach this point, but I didn't reach it so far. But well,
yeah.
Nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah, I hope you never do.
Yeah.
I hope nobody does.
I have a very hard question. What if the toxics are parents? The toxic environment is home. Like احنا عنا الفكرة تاع parents are something sacred. Like when you say parents ما كانش مجال أنهم يكونوا they are wrong. But actually parents can be the reason of all the toxicity. حتى يزيدوا they pass it to their children. So in that case, how do we act, in your opinion?
I really don't want to answer this question. I'm afraid that people would try to fit into the situation and probably work with my advice, and they probably will end up with bad results. I remember that I don't know, how are you going to face them?
For me?
That's all. No, I'm talking in general.
What?
I'm talking in general. If the parents are toxic, face them.
Yeah.
You have to face it. Sooner or later, you have to do it.
Yes, exactly. You have to. You have to. We have to learn to say no, even to your parents are toxic. Then.
I wouldn't blame our parents in fact, because like sometimes I feel sorry for them, because like I feel like they're just old fashioned. And the world is evolving so fast that they couldn't like keep up what is going on. So, and this actually created a huge gap between their generation and our generation. And we the 90s people, we good. Oh wow, like in the 20th century, it's like the 2000s. Now it's 2020, which means like someone who born in 2010 are 10 years old already. So
yes, new decade.
Exactly. These last 2 decades are probably going to be affected by like the different mindset of the people from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. It's like it's 60 years gap. I don't know. We just have to take in a way.
In this case, we have to work on communication between parents
they
and
don't know how to communicate.
But at some cases, parents are toxic. Like I don't know if in of Riverdale.
What was that?
Riverdale. It's on Netflix.
Not really.
You haven't seen it?
No.
So I was talking about Riverdale is a series that completely broke the parental relationship and showed that parents also can be toxic, and not only toxic, but they can be mean and evil and misuse their children, like drag them into things that are way greater than their age. Like parents do their children هما اللي يحلوا لهم المشاكل. It showed a whole different facet than the common in our societies, which is I find interesting, because we tend to ignore the fact that parents also are impacting their children that way. Children do not know how to act in this case. وهما généralement c'est ce genre d'enfants هما اللي développent des problèmes psychologiques, ومنها هما they raised as abusers and they grow up as abusers. So I so bad.
And this actually happens also in real life. I mean, not in series, movies only. And you have to face them the one to pay attention to is there's a difference between facing someone to have a conversation and disrespect. You don't disrespect your parents, no matter how toxic they are, and you don't disrespect anybody, actually. Not just the parents. Anybody, no matter how toxic they are, try to talk to them, because, like, you know, the parents are an exception, especially in the Arab countries. They're all exception. Try to have a conversation, a fruitful conversation. Try to explain what are the problems, work on the conflicts, try to solve the dilemmas you have.
Yes, there is a
etc.
They might change. يعني ما نقطعوش الإسبوع carrément. Yeah. It's all depends on communication.
They will, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. They would probably figure out that they were wrong, or decide too old for this generation, and they would change their minds.
Not only
everybody's going to be
not only old parents.
So, as I said,
كاين evil parents. They are evil. كاين حتى like parents who are jealous of their children, parents who hate their children.
Bro. Yeah, I've seen that before, and this actually.
Yes, you see, it's حنايا يعني the outsiders ما صراتناش, and we are speechless. Let apart someone who is in this situation, يعني عايش فيها. It's very hard to take action.
So unbelievable.
Can you repeat, please, what you have said?
I said, this actually left me speechless. You should be supportive to your kid, not to be jealous of.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that. How is that even possible?
It is possible. People are scary.
I don't know, as much as I wanted to understand this, I mean, someone who is jealous of his own or her own kid, it just could not make any sense to me.
Yeah, they are actually creating new monsters. I mean, he can be a monster, as he can be an antidote of the monster, but it is either ways, it's leaving a very dangerous impact on the child.
True. And you know, being toxic actually can be revealed in pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be a husband, it can be a wife, it can be a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, you know, a wife, a husband. I don't know if I said this before, boyfriend or girlfriend in the Western cultures, and now everybody have their own boyfriends and girlfriends.
Yes, any relationship can be toxic.
True, and even a normal friend, even a friend actually be toxic too. A co-worker, a team player, etc. You have to deal with them all the time. Unless you decide.
For my personal opinion, walk away, run.
Walk away. Yeah, it is very effective.
Yes.
Walk away.
No other solution.
It's just going to save your energy. Walking away is going to save a lot of your energy.
Yes, exactly.
That you're going to
I mean, I'm not
on.
going to help you على حساب my inner peace. Come on. Or I'm not hurt you.
that's a personal. That's a personal choice, and it you know, it's not something that we all agree on. Some people might, you know, agree. Some
Yeah, of
people
course.
might not agree with
Only
you.
my person.
So we don't make it like an open end. Yeah, an open end. Yeah, exactly. So, let me ask you one question now, since you
Of
have
course.
been asking me.
Go
Can
ahead.
I ask you something? Do you see me as a toxic person, even partially?
Have I? I didn't
If
hear
not
you.
fully, even partially. I mean, do you see
You.
me as a toxic person,
Yeah,
even partially?
a toxic.
Yes.
I mean, well, we're just like, yes. I don't know you to the point that I can judge you on this matter, because being toxic is something. It doesn't like no. It is not noticeable on. هتبين لي لو نهار نفيق بلي this person is toxic. لازم تعاشره وتعرفه. According to what I know.
What you know, then.
So I mean, you've
According to
been
what
a very good friend. You helped me in multiple situations. You've been there. I saw you. I mean, how you treat your other friends. I didn't notice like a abnormal behavior from you. No,
You're
I'm not
just
nice.
being
You
nice,
know.
are you? You're telling the truth.
But I remember something. You used to bully
I thought
me.
you were just being nice.
You're a bullier. Yeah, I might reconsider
you're my favorite. Because it is very easy to know.
Yeah. No, I have to think twice. No, seriously, you're not toxic. No, you're not a drama queen. You're not. You don't victimize yourself. I haven't seen something like that from you. So I'm a healthy person.
But I'm
everyone has his own, let's say, guilty pleasure.
Yeah, that's my guilty pleasure. And I'm a bully to everyone, in fact, not only you. You're just the one that I will
because you're jealous of awesome people.
Like,
I understand this fact.
Awesome, yeah. I wouldn't call you that, but yeah, okay. I'm going.
Yeah, مضيفني because it's my podcast. Yeah, I know. So it's been a very fruitful conversation, B. I'm very glad that you've been with me today in this podcast. I hope that we can do it again.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you a lot. I really enjoyed my time, and definitely I'm going to be here to bully you.
Thank you, everyone who have been here listening to us. See you in our next podcast. Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys.